Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, the Patriot Bald Eagle. Guys, it just keeps pouring on, guys. It really does. We have a Quaker facility that is closing its doors. I believe it's Illinois, after this massive recall that we've been covering for months. Okay, now I've even seen at Kroger and other stores, they have not gotten back in their granola bars, the granola cereals, the massive recall from salmonella and all this stuff. It has just been an ongoing nightmare for Quaker. Now, as to where I don't believe the oats are involved, we're going to read this. This is a Fox Business News. We're going to go over this, and we have some food shortages that we're going to cover that we've been getting reports on from you guys. And it's getting pretty big. It's getting pretty big. We have to discuss some of these things. We're going to go through this first, though, because this is just another company that's going to cost jobs. And this is happening at an alarming rate, guys. We're in trouble. I can't deny it anymore. This is bad. This is bad. It just keeps coming and coming. Businesses closing their doors. We have stores that are changing the way they do things, raising prices to limits they've never been before. Guys, I don't know. There's no easy way to really do this video. It's going to be a little doomy and gloomy. I apologize for that, but we have got to get this information out here. So in Chicago, the Quaker Oats Company, a business of Pepsi Incorporated, is permanently closing its facility in Danville, Illinois, following a recall in December 2023 that led Quaker to cease production at this facility. Quote, after a detailed review, we determined that meeting our future manufacturing needs would require an extended closure for enhancements and modernization. Chicago-based Quaker Oats said, quote, in order to continue the timely delivery of Quaker products trusted by consumers since 1877, I like how they threw that in there. I mean, yeah, they've been around for a long time. We determined production would need to permanently shift to other facilities. So it had to have been really bad. Really bad. Quote, we do not make this decision lightly and recognize the impact it will have to our employees, their families, and the Danville community. We have noticed our workforce and are working closely with our employees and local community officials to provide a supportive transition. Pack up your bags and move your family to a different state. What's the, I mean, I like that they say all this stuff and everything, but they never give you, some of this. They do talk about some of these other plants that they have, though. And a lot of places don't do this. Okay, it must have been really bad. Must have been really bad for them to say, well, they say that for how long it would take and for the things, because that's what the big recall was the salmonella, right? So it must have been very bad. There must have been a lot of things going on. We're going to read a little bit more from this here, but really, it's just another thing, guys. It's another plant imploding from Middle America that is just it's just ongoing. It's ongoing. There's no really nice way to put it, but we need to start fixing these issues, because I guarantee you that this is not, Quaker's a huge company. And it is not, you can't take this lightly. Look at all these other places that are closing all around us. You probably don't have to go too far to see a factory that is closed down, probably within the last year or two. Okay, so they go on to say a little bit here. And again, this is Fox Business News. If you would like to check out this article, that is where we're getting this information from. Quaker, and there's multiple articles on this. I mean, there's a lot of different sites talking about it. Quaker in the United States has other baking plants in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and Columbia, Missouri, as well as one in Peterborough, Ontario. Okay, so let's talk about that here for a second. They're baking plants, okay? So salmonella, while cooked, it kills it, right? It should kill the salmonella, okay? It's from touch. It's from things touched. So it has to be like in the wrappers. So if it got so bad that it's been through the equipment, it's been through this, is it not cleanable? Is it not? I mean, you're saying this is going to take too long to clean, or is there another reason? Is there another reason? That's, yeah, I'm sure there probably is. But I'm just the messenger here, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I mean, this is just, it seems like every week we're having another plant closed now. We're having recalls due to negligence, due to undeclared allergens on ingredients, and this is happening at a rapid rate. At a rapid rate. I almost think what's happening here is that people are finding out about these things, and then all of a sudden there's an investigation, and then there's another plant that's like, oh, we better get our stuff together. And then they find out they had an ingredient issue. This other place had an ingredient issue. I mean, I'm glad they're staying on top of it at least. But isn't it weird that we have so many of these recalls due to negligence of putting the wrong labels on products? I can see one mistake within like maybe a couple months with a major company. But several? Like within the last few weeks? We've had Walmart effect. We've had Great Value. We've had other products, with the cashews. We had that issue with the coconut. We had the egg allergens in a couple products. We've had the ice cream thing. We've had the one that's up north there, the chocolate alligator things. That was an undeclared nut allergy, right? That's no joke with that, right? I mean, and it's just, these things just keep happening, guys. And this is just another thing. I can't believe, like, that this is just disappearing from this recall. I mean, it probably explains why we haven't seen, the products haven't come in. They're not coming in. I just saw at Kroger. I didn't point it out, but yeah, all the granola, all the Quaker products of those that were made, that were the recall, they're still not in months later. Months, so they may never come back in. They may not. Who knows? Let's see. Quaker initially voluntarily recalled select granola bars and cereals in the United States, Puerto Rico, Guam, Saipan, citing potential contamination with Salmonella. Quaker in January updated the list to include cereal bars and snacks. Yeah, voluntarily recalled, but you obviously found it, right? Because you're closing a plant because of this. Okay, I'm not going to go too deep into, other things that could be wrong here, but here's something interesting, though. Quaker organic revenue for Quaker Oats North America in the 2023 fiscal year declined 2%, primarily driven by a decrease in organic volume and a negative impact of 2 percentage points due to a 53rd reporting week in the previous year. The organic volume decline and effective net pricing included a negative impact of 2 percentage points of the product returns from the Quaker recall. Okay, so one thing that I don't understand about all this is, yeah, I will say that a lot of Quaker products have stayed the same price for a little while, but that's because of your competition. You have Kroger, you have Great Value. Every store has their own store brand oats, right? And now you have a massive recall. You probably got a lot of people worried about all of your different products, right? I mean, we've been buying store brand, I mean, and I know that those aren't part of the recall, but when you have a lot of these things going on, it questions the product in general, right? You have other outlets, and other ones are getting more expensive. And don't think that store brands aren't looking at this, right? Because that's when they start raising their prices, whether it's greed or whether it's just the price of ingredients. There's so many factors now. There's so many different factors with transportation, employee prices, like raising prices for your employees, your wages. Wow, not with it. Wages for your employees and everything, which we have to do, because how are they going to afford to eat? You want them to be happy working at your company. So there's a lot of things at play here, but just another company right in Danville, Illinois. They didn't mention, I didn't get, I know that there's a lot of employees that work there, and hopefully they can relocate you and all this stuff. So I don't want to go into a lot of that stuff, because I don't know whether they're going to try to do this or not. They say they will, which hopefully they do. Hopefully they are working to get the employees they do have in other places, or were some of the employees part of the problem? Were some people not doing their job? Were these machines not being cleaned? I don't know. I don't know. Those are just questions we have to ask because this is happening at so many different places. I have said the word salmonella so many times in the last few months. It's been ridiculous, right? I mean, this should not be happening. Where are the labs? Where's the testing? How does this even get out? I guess that's the voluntary recall for everything. Huh? Well, nobody got hurt, so that's good. Nobody's sick from it, but you had to have found it. You had to have found it or you wouldn't be closing your company. Anyway, just wanted to put that out there. Now, we got some food shortages we got to go over. And they are some big ones. So over the last, I did a video just a few days ago. And from that video and a couple other videos in the past, we have been getting flooded with things that are flying off the shelves. So we need to discuss this. I'll try not to be too long, but we do have to elaborate on some of these because we have gotten a lot of comments from you guys that we just have to discuss. Okay, so number one has to be canned goods. Canned goods are flying off the shelves. We see a lot of low areas here. I've been seeing consistently, haven't made a big issue of it, but the last couple times I've been to Aldi, there have been a lot less canned vegetables. Now, there was a time... it was like a few weeks ago, a month ago, where I went to Aldi. They were completely out of their Dakota's Pride kidney beans and black beans, like gone. They didn't have any. Now, I had a feeling, I was like, we're going to get comments on this. We've since gotten them back in. Still lower than normal, still the same price. Okay, so that's important too. But we've been getting a lot of comments on canned beans from a lot of your guys' Aldis across the country. Several comments over the last few days that you've seen beans low or out at some of your Aldis. So we're going to give it on that second week. Next time I go to Aldi, I'm going to check ours and everything. But yeah, it's a concern. I know we have a lot of viewers on the channel that like Dakota's Pride beans. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest with you. But, I mean, you know, I've had them. And I know a lot of you guys out there like them, so I point them out, you know. Canned tomatoes is an issue. Not as much of an issue around here, but we got a few comments on that again, so I just wanted to mention that. Even some of these, you go to your store like me, okay? Like, this is how we all help each other, because I've been getting a lot of comments on shortages of tomatoes. Well, we had that issue like a year ago. They were gone. I mean, they were disappearing. Couldn't find them at Walmart. A couple, like there would be a few, but a lot was gone. Like a lot of the name brands too. Hunt's was the big one. And that's a big one here too. Also, Walmart is another issue with some of what we got some comments with. Peanut butter. This is one that I kind of get scattered about on some of these. We have seen some major shortages of great value peanut butter, and that is where everybody has been saying is the great value. We got 3 comments, different ones from Walmart, and then we got a comment from Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter, one of our longtime viewers that shop at Harris Teeter, that they didn't have any of their store brand peanut butter. And we have seen this with Kroger at times as well, but it usually comes back in. And usually when it comes back in at Kroger, it's on like a super sale. So got to keep an eye out for that, I guess. But got some comments on peanut butter. Peanut butter was one of the ones that we had read in an article like a few months ago that there was going to be a shortage of peanut butter at the start of 2024. Haven't seen anything significant with that. I did see where some of the smaller ones, the smaller containers of peanut butter were coming back in at Walmart after a couple times of me not seeing them at ours, but they did have the big 4-pound ones coming in, which is arguably the best deal, $5.98 for those. So, and jelly and jams, we're getting more comments on that. We've been talking about that over the last couple weeks. We've seen some significant shortages on different jellies and jams, as to where, surprisingly, grape jelly hasn't been one around here. I did notice that Smucker's was very low the other day at Kroger. And we got a couple comments of some people saying that they haven't been able to find any grape jelly. And the reason why we're bringing all this to your attention is, you may have a ton of it at your store, but this may be coming. Okay, so if you like your jelly, if you like your peanut butter, know that we have a lot of our viewers all scattered out throughout the country here and around the world. A couple, and I'll get to that here in a minute. That a lot of these products are having people are having trouble getting these in. I know a lot of these before with jelly was an ingredient issue. With the grape jelly, there was an ingredient issue. Kroger was having trouble with it there for a while, and I know they were. Because the Kroger plant is not far from here at all, and I knew they were having an issue getting in some products. Olive oil and avocado oil. This has been an ongoing thing. We got a couple comments. One of them from one of our longtime viewers, been with us forever. With the avocado oil, I will say that it did look. There was an advertising change. Okay, and you said Aldi. We did point it out. They did have it at Aldi, but our Aldi hadn't had it in a while. They're getting it back in now. It's an advertising change, but it's still the same price. I have a feeling that's going to be going up in price again, though. So maybe check Aldi again here soon. We had just gotten ours back in. Olive oil is going to be an issue all throughout 2024. So if you have a certain olive oil that you like to buy, there's been issues in like Greece and Italy where like olive trees have been like oversaturated. It's been really hard for them to. And what is going to happen is prices are going to go up on it big time. I mean, it's already expensive for some of the more expensive real 100% brands and stuff like that. They're gonna get sky high in price. So pay attention to that. Got a lot of comments on rice. I know I went over this one the other day. No store I go to around here is 100% full on rice. I will say, surprisingly, Target had a lot of rice. That's why we visit other stores. So when things disappear in other places, we try to find other places where you can find them. Dollar Tree had a lot of their Omega rice in. That's the most Omega rice I've seen at Dollar Tree in a while. Now, I understand some people are looking for more of the bigger bags and stuff like that. We may need to visit like some specialty stores, some different Latino, different Hispanic stores and stuff like that as to where they seem to be getting in a lot of rice. We actually have a lot of viewers that recommend doing that. So you may want to check some of those places. If you live in Cincinnati or anywhere in Ohio and you're looking for big, massive bags of rice, check out Jungle Gems. Jungle Gems, either on the east side of Cincinnati or the one in Fairfield, they have more rice than anywhere on the planet. I mean, they pay the price, so you're going to pay the price too. It's expensive, but they got it. And that's why they do. These places like Jungle Gems, they do a great job. They're an international market. They get food from all over the world. Some of the stuff they have to pay extra for, but they're doing it because people are buying it. People are going up there and they're buying this stuff, guys. So, and if you've never been to Jungle Gems, you can check it out on the channel here. I've been there several times, done several videos there. Check out, you can just type in Adventures with Dano, Jungle Gems, and all of our videos will come up for Jungle Gems. It's a really neat place. International market, really awesome. Big, huge, used to be called the Farmers Market, and then they opened up into the big international market. They still have their awesome farmers market there. The trucks come right in, they put it right on the shelf, and boom, you're good. It's fresh as you're going to get. Salt keeps being mentioned on the channel. Sugar wasn't, though. That was surprising. Usually I put those two together because we get so many comments on that. Sugar, both of them are going to continue to be shortages. Salt, I just don't get that one, but I don't know. I feel like the whole salt thing is a transportation issue. Let's see. And obviously, like with Domino, a lot of one of their main areas where they, traveling was the Baltimore port there, right there where the bridge fell. So we may have some issues with Domino. Not saying we will, but it may be a good idea if you use Domino sugar to buy up one or two, because there may be issues with that in the near future. Somebody mentioned the Quaker granola bars too. I put in the notes here, inconvenience stickers everywhere at Kroger. They're just non-existent. I don't think they're coming back. I mean, I went over all of that before. Frozen vegetables continues to get mentioned. Lot of store brand. Great Value, a lot of people saying Great Value been low or out of a lot of their different frozen vegetables. We've seen this at our Walmart. They have since come back, but we've seen it where it's been very low, and it was concerning because when you go for like that second trip, right? Like I tend to go to Walmart like every couple weeks. Well, for about a month there, they were we saw it. It was a lot of it was gone, and it wasn't coming back in. We had viewers that were even shopping at the same Walmart saying the same thing on different days, so we know they weren't getting them in. So it is a concern, but I don't know. Somebody mentioned Aldi too, and it's like for the last like 2 years, I swear the vegetables at Aldi are always hit or miss. I feel like they're just hard to get in. Meyer, same issue. Nobody's commented on Meyer lately, but we did get a few comments a couple weeks ago where people were saying their Meyer was pretty much out of vegetables. We have had that happen at our Meyer a couple different times over the last 4 to 6 months. Let's see. And never really around the holidays. It's always like a weird random trip to Meyer. Somebody mentioned pasta at Aldi, and a couple people mentioned that we went over the canned beans. Pasta, haven't had any issues at our Aldi, but we have in the past. The prices have not gone up. They are still the same prices. When we saw ours go away, they came back, and they've been back for a few months. All of them. Right, I mean, they were sporadic there for a while where they would get in one brand and then there was another brand. It was an issue for a while, so hopefully they can just got to play the waiting game on Aldi sometimes. And some like water, and that's the last one on here. We keep getting flooded with comments on distilled water. I don't know. We see it come and go so fast around here in our area. We even saw at Kroger the other day. Right? Never saw this at Kroger where they have all their distilled water. It was loaded down. There was a lot. Okay, but they had on tags, right, where the prices are, CPAP accessories in this other aisle with like medicines and stuff like that. Never seen that. So the concern for that is, okay, maybe there's other things that Kroger is putting out throughout the store because they know a lot of people who are buying distilled water are using it to clean out their CPAP machines. So, and other medical accessories. That's what they said. And I think that's good of Kroger to do that, to put that up there because they want you to see things too, right? The eyes can answer a lot of things. And when you're looking at the distilled water and it's gone, well, you see a new sticker on there like there's other accessories. Well, chances are you're going to go back there to see if there's any water. I think Kroger should put some more distilled water in those areas. Open up an aisle so that maybe, if you have to walk over to check out some other accessories or whatever, maybe there would be more water over there. I thought that would be a good idea for Kroger, but I don't know. We'll see what they do in the future. Walmart was very low the last time I went for distilled water. I've been at Walmart where there's been none. That's where a couple of our comments come. One of them came from Kroger down in Kentucky. Somewhere in Kentucky. One of our longtime viewers was saying something about distilled water being gone. We've seen it coming, like I said, come and go at our Kroger. It was full the last time I was there, but that could change. The week before that, the whole bottom shelf was gone. So it could disappear very quickly. I did see where they also had a lot of they were getting in a lot more bottled water of other cases, like 24 cases and stuff like that, because that has been in the comments a lot too. Not over the last few days, but we've gotten a lot of, hopefully things start coming back in. I know there's been issues where a lot of water's being tested for different like plastic type, I forget what it's called, like P something, but they've been testing for like microplastics or something. I haven't looked, I haven't done any research, get a lot of comments on it, but apparently there's been issues with some water. I think there was one, I can't think of the name of it, but they it was out east somewhere. I think there was like a test in New York and Massachusetts for some water company out there. It begins with an S. I don't know. We'll have to research that. I covered all I can today, guys. Yes. Concluded this morning. I know that was a lot of information, guys, but I'll tell you what. It's like I wanted to put this out here for you guys because we have to keep up on these things. I hate that a Quaker plant is closing. I hate that there's going to be more job losses, but we need to be prepared. We need to make sure that we are buying up the sales as we see them, as I always say, but making sure that we're paying attention to the different products that are tainted, mislabeled, factories that are closing, people losing their jobs left and right. This is getting ridiculous, guys. We are in trouble. I'm saying it. That's going to be in the title. I mean, I know it's just, we need to wake up and see what's going on around us. We need to make sure that we are paying attention to all these different things as it's crippling. It's crippling. I mean, you know, our economy is already falling down the toilet. Okay, and then we keep closing these companies. We're not trying to fix them or help them. You know, we've heard from different viewers who have worked throughout, like Tyson and Smithfield, and like we have viewers on the channel here that have worked for these companies that they never got anything. Right, they're gone, and they got offered to move. I know one of our viewers got offered to move to Texas. Sure, let me pack up my family and go to Texas for an extra $1,000 a year or something stupid. One of our longtime viewers sent me an email on that, and I just couldn't believe that. That's pretty sorry. It's pretty, and they had worked for them for years and years and years. Tyson, it's sickening. It really is, and you know, I mean, business is business. But boy, it's really hammering down now, guys. It really is. And we just need to make sure we're paying attention to these things. If you work for any of these companies that we've discussed in these videos, you may want to, maybe, I don't know, try and find something else. I'm just saying, like, because you never know. It's like Tyson just closes companies like this. Smithfield getting rid of business with farmers for years and years. And I know people will say that, well, the revenue and that goes to other places. But at the same time, you know, these hardworking Americans are losing jobs as well. And from all over the world. You know, oh, yeah, and I wanted to mention salt. Salt is an issue. We have a longtime viewer from the UK, Australia, and a couple viewers had been mentioning that salt has been disappearing. So that was the one that I missed. That I wanted to talk about some of our world viewers here. So salt, I don't know. Like I said, I think that's some kind of transportation issue, which we're dealing with a lot of issues like that with like grains and wheat. You know, the ongoing conflicts around the world are causing a lot of these issues as well. But guys, we just keep your head on a swivel. We will continue to update you on any kind of recall information, any food shortages, anything. Let us know down in the comments. If I have missed something, make sure you let us know what's going on in your town. Make sure you abbreviate your state, preferably your city as well, because we have thousands, tens of thousands of people on this channel that we are trying to reach to make sure, for one, they're saving as much money as they can as well, because that is what we're also trying to do is shop around, find the best deals. As we've said in the last few videos, Dollar Tree, I have gotten flooded with a lot of people who really, it's some sad stories that the people that have to shop at like Dollar General and Dollar Tree because, you know, and we always talk about it. I don't go in deep about this, but we have a lot of viewers that are very tight on a budget and they are living day to day. A lot of people are living day to day because these prices are getting insane. We will be talking about price increases as they come, and we will also be discussing ways that we find to try and save as much money possible. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I hate to start Sunday off for you here with all this negative information, but I do feel it is, I hope it helps. Share our message to your social media. Get the message out there. You know, try and get people, and not to build our channel. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to get this information out here for everybody so that people are aware of everything going on, and so that we can all, take part in trying to help each day better as we go along. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.